A feature that is only available on the PD365 and not the license-free version is Transmit Interrupt, and this allows the user to interrupt any ongoing transmissions to notify the fleet of an emergency. This person can't be stood around like looking at a fire and saying, oh, I've got to wait until they finish their conversation, I've got to interrupt them and I've got to notify them all straight away for their safety and my safety. Hightower have been progressing in their radios and technology for many years. In 2015 they released the PD365 and its license-free version, the PD365LF. These radios are incredibly popular because of its size and also its accessibilities. They both come as analog and digital. The PD365 comes with VHF and UHF frequencies, and the license-free version comes with PMR 446 and DMR 446 frequencies, which are only for license-free radios. These radios can all be used in many workplaces. They can be used in schools, in nurseries, in warehouses, on farms. They can be used pretty much anywhere, except when working around gas and oil, as an ATEX intrinsically safe version would be needed for that. The LF, because it is license-free, would be better off in small environments, and that is only because it has a little bit less range than a licensed radio. So let's take a first look at the radios in hand. You can see that they are incredibly small and they are pretty much identical in every way. This is the PD365 and this is the license-free version, and they look exactly the same apart from the name is different on the side here. When we look on the left side, we have the PTT button and the programmable button. On top we have the UHF antenna, and that is the same on both. On the right hand side we have the charging port and the accessory connector, and on the front we have a lot more going on. So we'll start off at the bottom and work our way up. We have 3 programmable buttons. We also have the answer call and end call buttons. The end call buttons are also used to turn your radio on and off by holding them down. So when I hold that down, you can see it's just turned off. We also have these 2 side buttons here, which are the volume up and down buttons. And we also have these 2 buttons here, which allow you to navigate through any menus on the radio itself. We have the enter button, so when you do go through your menus on your screen, you'll have lots of different options, and to click on that option you would press this left button to click it and let's say enter it. If you want to return back to the previous menu or previous option, you would press that button, which would take you back an option. As said, we've got the screen, we've got the speaker, which will allow you to hear any incoming transmissions, and also the microphone, which is indicated there with the word mic. So when you turn on your radio, you'll have a few things on your screen. So as you can see, it says CHA1, which is channel analog 1, and it's on zone 1 as well. If I go up, it goes up to 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it goes to 8, then it goes to channel D1, which is digital 1, still in zone 1. And this is how you navigate through your channels, by using the up and down keys here. If I press on that button there, you'll see that a menu comes up with contacts, message, call logs, scan, zone, and then general settings. And then to click onto any of these, I'll go on my message and I'll click this button again, which would enter me through that. And then now I have 3 different options. I have quick text, inbox, and outbox. And then if I wanted to go back, I would click on this right button here, which would then take me back to messages, and then I can go back to whatever I feel is necessary. There is a slight difference between both of these radios with a couple of features, and that is the channels, the audio quality, and the range. So with the channels, on the PD365 you do get 256 channels with 16 zones, but at Radiotronics we only tend to program the amount of channels that you are licensed for anyway. But with the license free, you only get 16 channels available, as you're obviously not licensed for any more. with audio quality there is the tiniest little bit of a difference, and that is on digital mode on the PD365 it will be a little bit better than the license free. But that doesn't mean that the license free audio quality is bad, it just means it's just not as good. So in its class it is actually one of the best for license free audio quality. With range it is also a big difference. With the license free you only get around 500 yards of range, whereas with the PD365 you get up to a mile in range. A feature that is only available on the PD365 and not the license free version is transmit interrupt, and this allows the user to interrupt any ongoing transmissions to notify the fleet of an emergency. This person can't be stood around like looking at a fire and saying, oh, I've got to wait until they finish their conversation, I've got to interrupt them and I've got to notify them all straight away for their safety and my safety. Moving on to accessories, there is only one accessory designed specifically for the PD365 and the license-free version, and that is the EHS16. It is a earpiece with a integrated mic and PTT button that is here. So to use it, all you'd have to do is take your 2.5mm jack and plug it into the accessory connector here. And to do that, you plug it in, and then what you can do after that is you can then turn it that way, just like that, and that is now locked in place. It can't come out. This is really good, so it doesn't actually get pulled and it can't come out of your radio, and it won't damage the connector itself. To take it back out, you would then twist it back up and then pull it back out just like that. The earbud itself is designed for comfort and for ease of access when you wish to take it on and off. It goes around your ear and then it goes into your ear with the bud itself there. You've got your PTT button and microphone further down, which is there. You've got your PTT button at the top, which you would then click to talk. And you've also got a clip that could clip onto your shirt or top pocket, making it more secure to the person's body. There are many ways to charge your PD365 or PD365LF, and the first one is directly into the radio with this micro USB cable. All you simply do is take your micro USB, plug it into the charging port, just like that, and then that will go on charge into a power supply, and this will charge your radio in a really quick fashion. The second way to charge your radio would be with the wireless charger, and it is incredibly clever of how this works. So you would take your PD365, and as you can see, this is the back that is usually on the radio, but you would have to purchase this separate back, which as you can see has the two golden little plates there that connect to the two pins that are at the back just there. And this also has a metal plate. And what you would simply do is you would take off your old back like that, and then you would get the separate wireless back, and you would just simply put it in. You would put your radio onto your wireless charger like that, and then you would take your cable and you would just simply plug it in, and then that would go onto a socket, and then this would be now on charge, and then obviously you can just take it off whenever you feel like you wish to use it. The great thing about these chargers is that you can take out the side here just like that, and then on the other side as well you can see underneath there is like a connector, and what you would do is you would simply slot them on just like that, if I can do it properly, like that, and then they're now together, which is a great way of attaching all your chargers together. And then you can do the same on the next one, so I'll pull that out, and then I'll get the next one, put that on, and you can just keep going in a line, and then they are all together, fixed securely together. And then you can have one on there like that. I'll get this one, I'll put it on there, I'll put that one on there. This one would be on charge, but this one wouldn't, as it doesn't have a cable attached to it. So what you can buy is the optional extra 6 micro USB charger. As you can see here, it goes into all 6 wireless chargers, and it goes into one power supply, which makes it much more easier to find one power source for all 6 of your radios. The third and final way you can charge your PD365 or license-free version is with our very own rack charger. And what we do to make this is we put 6 wireless chargers all onto one rack, metal rack, screwed in so it's nice and secure and safe, and they're not going to fall off anywhere. And we convert all 6 wires into one power source, which is a really great way of organizing your radios and your chargers when storing them and charging them. So the first thing you want to be doing is taking off all the sticky protective bottoms off of the wireless chargers. You will see 2 screws at the bottom and 2 screws on the back, which once loosened will allow you to take the top off of the rack charger. Make sure that you keep the screws safe and to the side because you will need to use them at the end. Once they have been unscrewed, you can take off the top and then you will be able to see what lies beneath. So you have 2 sets of screws. You have the front and you have your back screws as well. These screws will allow you to screw your wireless chargers onto your rack charger. When you reverse it round and you look at the back, you'll be screwing in the top left and then the bottom right screws into the wireless charger. For each wireless charger, you want to be using the larger, thicker screws for the back of the charger and the thinner, smaller screws for the front of the wireless charger. As you can see, the first 3 are done and they are now secure onto the rack charger. You want to double check that all the screws are nice and tight, making sure that the wireless chargers are secure to the rack charger. Now you want to plug each individual cable into the back of each wireless charger, and as you can see that there are little holes in the rack charger itself that allows you to do this. After they've all been plugged in, you can then slot the lid back on top of the rack charger, and using the screws that you unscrewed at the beginning, you can now secure the lid onto the charger. Once the outer screws are screwed back into place, the whole rack charger will be secure and tight, and the wireless chargers will stay firmly onto the rack charger. Now you can plug in your power source into the back and switch the switch, which will allow you to turn on your charging system. This will now allow you to charge all 6 radios wirelessly through one power output. And as you can see, they light up red when they are on, and they will now charge up your radios. For this demonstration, we had Raf, one of our technical team, to build this for us. If you enjoyed anything in the video today, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, please give it a thumbs down and let us know why in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the little bell icon that will notify you of any upcoming videos released in the near future.